Hello everyone. أهلا وسهلا بطلاب الصف الخامس الابتدائي. معانا النهاردة Science. هناخد Science Lessons تحت رعاية وإشراف وزارة التربية والتعليم. So let's start. المرة اللي فاتت خدنا إيه؟ We'll start with the first lesson we have in the first unit which is the light. اتكلمنا عن the light. عرفنا إيه هو اللايت؟ عرفنا يعني إيه visible spectrum. اتكلمنا عن ال sources of light. وكمان عرفنا إن في 5 properties of the light. طب تعالوا كده نفتكر إيه هما ال 5 properties of the light. The properties of the light. Property number 1, traveling of light in straight lines. Property number 2, transmitting of light through different materials. Property number 3, light reflection. Number 4, light refraction. Number 5, light separation or splitting of light. So, المرة اللي فاتت اتكلمنا عن أول 2 property. والنهاردة هنتكلم عن ال 3 properties التانية. يبقى احنا المرة اللي فاتت اتكلمنا عن light traveling in straight line. اتكلمنا عن transmitting of light through different materials. So let's start with the third property. Okay. طيب أول property هنتكلم عنها النهاردة which is light reflection. هنتكلم عن the light reflection. طيب أول حاجة عشان يحصل ال light reflection هنحتاج إيه؟ هنحتاج حاجتين. A source of light. We will need a source of light and a reflecting surface. طب برضو مش فاهمين يعني ايه؟ تعالوا نشوف هنا البيكتشر دي. It's a great example of the light reflection. شايفين هنا ايه؟ We can see that there is a boy and he holds in his hand a torch and he lighted on. فتح التورش ده، ايه اللي حصل؟ The light travels in straight lines زي ما عارفين and it falls on the mirror. بعد ما falls on the mirror ايه اللي حصل؟ It reflected. شايفين هنا في الصورة النور رجع تاني. The light رجع تاني على الولد البعيد. كلمة إنها رجعت تاني returning back bouncing هو دوت light reflection. تمام؟ نفس الحاجة في الميرور. إزاي بنشوف our images on the mirror؟ by the light reflection. تمام؟ يبقى تاني يعني إيه light reflection؟ reflection يعني bouncing أو returning back of the light. So now let's begin with the definition of the light reflection. Light reflection. It's the bouncing or returning back of light rays when falls on a reflecting surface. اللايت بيرجع تاني امتى؟ لما falls on، لما بيقع على reflecting surface. اوكي طيب light reflection بقى خلاص احنا فهمنا يعني ايه، ولكن light reflection في منه نوعين. We have 2 types of light reflection. It can be divided into 2 types. طب ايه هما النوعين دولت؟ Light which is regular reflection. Number 2 irregular reflection. طب يعني ايه regular reflection ويعني ايه irregular reflection؟ هنعرف دلوقتي الفرق ما بينهم في الفيديو. اوكي هنشوف فيديو together والفيديو ده من بنك المعرفة وبعد كده هنعلق عليه ونعرف فهمنا ايه من الفيديو. So let's start this video together.
Have you ever wondered how you are able to see yourself when you stand facing a mirror in a lighted room? Actually, this is due to a phenomenon called light reflection. The light reflection is defined as the bouncing or going back of light rays when they fall on a reflecting surface. So, the things you see around you are made of light reflected from the objects which reaches your eyes, thus causing the vision. You can also notice that the distance between your body and the mirror is equal to the distance between your image and the mirror. So, if you are standing 1 meter away from a mirror, then your image will be formed 1 meter behind the mirror's surface. But what if the room was dark? In this case, light will not reflect from the objects to your eyes. So, we can conclude that light reflection requires a source of light and a reflecting surface. The types of light reflection are classified according to the reflecting surface into regular reflection, which is the reflection of light when it falls on a smooth or bright surface. And this type of reflection happens when the light rays are reflected in one direction. An example of regular reflection is the plane mirror. And finally, there is another type of light reflection called irregular reflection, which reflects light when it falls on a rough surface.
Okay, so that's the video that we have. فهمنا إيه من هنا؟ That the light reflection, it's returning back of the light when it falls on a reflecting surface. تاني حاجة إن في two types of light reflection, which is regular reflection and irregular reflection. Regular reflection يعني إيه؟ أول حاجة هو light reflection عادي، بس في حاجة معينة، لازم ال reflecting surface يكون smooth and shiny. لكن في ال irregular كان rough surface. طب تعالوا كده دلوقتي نشوف يعني إيه regular reflection. Definition of the regular reflection: it's the reflection of light when it falls on a smooth and shiny reflection surface, and the light rays reflected directly in one direction. زي ما شفنا في الفيديو، في ال regular reflection بيحصل reflection ولكن كله in one direction. ليه؟ لأنه على smooth surface. Okay, the examples that we have in the regular reflection: number 1, reflection of light when falls on a mirror surface, and number 2, reflection of light when falls on a glass surface. في الاثنين هنا احنا بنقدر نشوف our images on the plan mirror، صح؟ طب ليه؟ لأن الميرور دي تعتبر أول حاجة smooth surface، تمام؟ وshiny surface بتعمل regular reflection، بتعمل reflection ل all the light that falls on it in one direction. فبالتالي we see بنقدر نحن نشوف our images on the plan mirror. Add this picture in here كلهم in one direction. طيب الصورة دي برضو بتوضح لنا أكتر how we can see our image on the mirror. طبعا أول حاجة أهم حاجة لازم يكون عندنا source of light، عندنا source of light. تاني حاجة يكون في reflecting surface. The light comes from the source of light، الضوء هيجي علينا، بعد كده احنا our body هيعمل reflect لل light rays to the mirror، ولكن our body it reflected the light rays scattered it in many directions. بعد كده بيروح للميرور، والميرور بتعمل له تاني reflect ولكن كله in one direction، لأن الميرور smooth surface، كله in one direction to our eyes، فبالتالي نقدر نشوف our images on the mirror. تمام؟ مثال تاني عن اللايت ريفليكشن، لما بتجيبوا أي كورة، مش لو معاكوا كورة ورميتوها على الوول اللي قدامكوا، إيه اللي هيحصل للكورة؟ It will return back to you, right? That's an example of the زي بالظبط اللي بيحصل في اللايت ريفليكشن، بيروح وبيرجع تاني. تمام؟ طيب so let's now take a give reason question. We can't see in the dark. ليه ما بنقدرش نشوف في الضلمة؟ Okay, why we can't see in the dark? Because there is no light. Because there is no light falling on objects and reflecting on our eyes causing vision. Imagine with me that you are in a dark room. لو انتوا في مكان ضلمة. Okay, and you open your flashlight. الفلاش لايت بتحطوها على الأوبجكت ولا بتحطوها على عينيكوا عشان تشوفوا؟ بتحطوها على الأوبجكت، والأوبجكت بيعمل ريفلكت لللايت راي اللي جاي عليه، ريفلكت to your eyes، فبالتالي تقدر تشوف. Okay, so why we can't see in the dark؟ نقدرش نشوف ليه في الدارك؟ Because there is no light falling on objects and reflecting on our eyes causing vision. Okay, another give reason. You can see your image in a plan mirror. ليه بنقدر نشوف our images on the plan mirror? Because or due to the reflection of light. تمام، يبقى احنا كده فهمنا يعني ايه light reflection وايه هي ال two types، وفهمنا كمان ازاي بنشوف our images on the plan mirror due to the light reflection. طيب فاكرين المرة اللي فاتت اتكلمنا عن the sources of the light، وقلنا ان natural sources of light sun and stars. طب ليه ما قلناش the moon؟ ما قلناش المون ليه؟ انتوا عارفين من السنة اللي فاتت that the moon it's a dark body. The moon it's a dark body, so it's not a source of light. طب how we can see it shiny at the sky؟ ازاي بنشوفه shiny؟ اوكي، ازاي بنشوفه بينور في السماء؟ Because it reflects the sunlight. تعالوا كده نشوف البيكتشر دي. The sun rays, it moves in a straight line as we know. Okay, it falls on the moon's surface, and then the moon reflects the light rays, the sun rays to the earth. It reflects the sunlight. فبالتالي we saw it as it's shiny. بنشوفه كأنه shiny at the sky ولكن هو مش source of light. Okay. تمام. So let's ask you another question. Give reason also. The moon seems shiny. It seems shiny, but it's not considered as a source of light. Why? Because it reflects the sunlight that falls on its surface. It's just a reflector body. هو dark body. فبالتالي ازاي بنشوفه shiny? Because it reflects the sunlight. That's it. تمام؟ اوكي. يبقى احنا كده خلصنا أول property للنهاردة which is light reflection. طب تعالوا النهاردة ناخد تاني property للنهاردة which is the light refraction. The light refraction. We can see in this picture is the light refraction. احنا شايفين هنا ايه؟ We can see a glass of water, okay, and there is a pencil inside it. بس ليه البنسل ده شايفينه as if it's broken؟ ليه شايفينه كأنه broken رغم ان هو عادي محطوط في glass of cup of water؟ اوكي، ليه شايفينه broken؟ تعالوا كده نفهم مع بعض light refraction ونفهم ليه بنشوفه broken. Okay, the light refraction. The appearance of the pencil broken when we put it in a cup of water. The explanation of it. Number one, the reflected light rays from the part of the pencil inside water travels firstly through the water, then through air. يعني احنا عارفين طبعا ان احنا ازاي بنشوف ان بيحصل reflection. الريفليكشن اللي بيحصل في الجزئية اللي جوه المية بتاعت البنسل بيحصل الأول ريفليكشن في المية وبعد كده في الهواء. اوكي، التغير ده من المية من الووتر to the air. the light speed سرعة اللايت مختلفة ما بين في الووتر للإير، وطبعا الووتر والإير الاتنين يعتبروا transparent، خدناها من المرة اللي فاتت. اوكي، so the light speed through water is slower than that through air. سرعة الضوء سرعة اللايت أبطأ في الووتر than the air. طب هل إن السرعة تكون مختلفة هيؤدي لحاجة؟ هيعمل حاجة؟ Actually yes. This change in the speed of reflected light rays causes their refraction. بيؤدي للريفراكشن. التغير في السرعة ده هو اللي بيؤدي للريفراكشن. طب ازاي ايه اللي بيحصل؟ بيحصل changing in their direction. الدايركشن بتاع الريز the light rays بيتغير. ليه؟ بسبب change in the speed. And then we can show the pencil, it appears as broken. بنشوفه as if it's broken. تمام؟ طيب نفس الفكرة مع اللايت ريفراكشن، إن لما سرعته بتغير من الووتر للإير السرعة بتتغير فالدايركشن بتاعه هيتغير فبيؤدي لللايت ريفراكشن إن إحنا نشوفه كأنه broken ولكن هو في الحقيقة مش broken. Okay, so again let's now know the definition of the light refraction. إحنا كده فهمناه، تعالوا دلوقتي نعرف ال definition بتاع اللايت refraction. The light refraction it's the change in the direction of light rays. تغير في ال direction. It's the change in the direction of light rays when travels from transparent medium to another transparent medium due to the change in the light speed. transparent medium الأولاني كان عندنا الووتر وترانسبيرنت medium التاني كان الإير، فبالتالي التغير ده بيؤدي لللايت refraction. تاني let's say the definition again. It's the change in the direction of light rays when travels from transparent medium to another due to the change in the light speed as we see in this picture. Okay, so this picture بتوضح لنا the light refraction وفهمناه تمام. Okay, so let's now ask you a give reason question. The pencil appears broken when you look at it in a transparent water. Why? Due to the refraction of light. Okay, يبقى احنا كده فهمنا light reflection، فهمنا light refraction، وعرفنا ان light refraction بسبب ايه؟ change in the direction of the light rays. تمام؟ اوكي، يبقى احنا كده اتكلمنا عن light reflection و light refraction. تعالوا دلوقتي نتكلم عن آخر property of the light which is the light separation. يعني ايه light separation؟ ده اللي احنا هنفهمه دلوقتي. اوكي، زي البيكتشر دي هو ده light separation. طب يعني ايه؟ Let's see together. Let's watch a video and this video is also from the بنك المعرفة. هنعرف دلوقتي ايه light separation from these pictures. So let's start and watch it together.
Spectrum. Objectives. To learn about the visible spectrum, to study about the Newton's disk. We all have seen a beautiful rainbow. A rainbow shows 7 colors even though the sunlight appears white. In the year 1660, Sir Isaac Newton conducted an experiment to study sunlight. Let us perform the same experiment. Take a triangular-shaped equilateral glass prism and place it on a table. Place a white screen on one side of the prism. Let the sunlight or white light be incident on the prism. Observe the image formed on the white screen. It consists of a band of 7 colors having different wavelengths. This band of 7 colors is known as the visible spectrum. Sun's rays comprise of various electromagnetic radiation, which form the electromagnetic spectrum. Visible spectrum is the smallest part of the electromagnetic spectrum. In a visible spectrum, colors are aligned from the left in the order violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red.
Okay, so we watched together the video. فهمنا ايه؟ جاب في الفيديو هنا glass prism، اللي هو جابه في الفيديو اسمه glass prism. مهم جدا نعرف اسمه glass prism. اوكي، this glass prism جبنا عليه white light. هنجيبه منين؟ an excellent example of the white light which is the sunlight. اوكي، طيب جبنا the sunlight او الوايت light جبناه على الجلاس بريزم. ايه اللي هيحصل؟ as we see in this picture شايفين ان الوايت light عدى الناحية التانية as many colors, 7 colors. So the white light consists of 7 spectrum colors. Consists of 7 colors والcolors ديت سميناها as 7 spectrum colors. اوكي، طيب ايه هم ال 7 spectrum colors دولت؟ red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo and violet. مهم جدا ان احنا نعرف الcolors ديت in arrangement. اوكي، so red is the first one and violet is the last one. يبقى ايه؟ بنستخدم ايه عشان يحصل light separation؟ استخدمنا الجلاس بريزم، وبالجلاس بريزم قدر فعلا يأكد لنا ان الوايت لايت مكون من ايه؟ مكون من 7 colors. ال 7 colors اسمهم ايه؟ اسمهم 7 spectrum colors. اوكي، طب تعالوا دلوقتي نعرف the definition of the light separation. It's the separation of white light into 7 colors called spectrum colors. اوكي، طيب الرينبو we saw بنقدر ان احنا نشوف the rainbow in the sky after rains. Why we see rainbow? Why there's a rainbow appears in the sky after rains? اتفقنا ان الجلاس بريزم الوايت لايت لما بيعدي عليه بيطلع 7 spectrum colors. طب ما الوايت لايت موجود في السماء اللي هو السان لايت. طب والجلاس بريزم the water drops. الووتر دروب it acts as glass prism. طب لما الووتر دروب دي تعمل كأنها glass prism والوايت لايت عندنا من السان لايت، فبالتالي السان لايت يجي على الووتر دروبس هيحصل لها separation لل 7 colors. Okay, so why rainbow appears in the sky after rains? Because the drops of water in air act as glass prism which splits the sunlight into 7 spectrum colors. يبقى ال water drops it acts as the glass prism. فبالتالي بيحصل ال light separation. بيحصل light separation لل white light into 7 spectrum colors. فبالتالي نقدر نشوف rainbow in the sky. اوكي، يبقى احنا كده النهارده اتكلمنا عن ايه؟ اتكلمنا عن ال 3 properties وبكده نكون خلصنا ال lesson. اوكي، طيب احنا كده خلصنا الليسن وخلصنا ال 5 properties. المره اللي فاتت اتكلمنا عن اول 2 والنهارده اتكلمنا عن ال3 التانيين. So let's now get some questions about the lesson. Let's go. Okay, let's start our questions in the lesson. Okay, the first type of question that we have which is complete. So let's complete. Question number 1. The image that formed through narrow holes is خدنا المرة اللي فاتت. Okay, the image that's formed through narrow holes is minimized and inverted. Minimized and inverted. Okay, number 2. Another type of questions, but right or wrong. Okay, the glass prism refracts the white light. It's not refract, it splits the white light. So the answer is wrong. The glass prism splits the white light into 7 spectrum colors. Okay, question number 2. The opaque object allow light to pass through it. Opaque object allow light? No. The transparent object, which is allow the light, but the opaque object don't allow light to pass through it. Okay, transparent materials allow what of the light to pass through? In here, choose the correct answer. So, transparent materials allow some more or most of the light to pass through. Transparent allow most of the light to pass through it. Okay, so now look at the figure, then answer in this figure. Okay, this figure represents which phenomenon? ايه الفينومينا اللي احنا نقدر نشوفها في البيكتشر دي؟ اوكي، تاني حاجة بعد ما نعرف هي ايه نعمل لها definition. Define these phenomena. بعد كده mention the two types of these phenomena. شايفين هنا ايه؟ There is water، في مية، وفي هنا mountains. والmountains we can see an image of the mountains in the water. طب الimages ان هي يحصل لها ايه؟ موجودة في الووتر ده ايه؟ ده reflection. Okay, so at the mirror. So in here the first thing is the light reflection. طب ايه definition of the light reflection? It's the bouncing of light rays when they fall on a reflecting surface. طيب ايه ال two types of this phenomenon? خدنا two types من light reflection, which is regular reflection and irregular reflection. Okay, now write the scientific term. It's a change in the direction of the light rays when they pass through the separating surface between two different transparent media. Okay, change in the direction يبقى light refraction. Okay, and now what happens when you look at a spoon which is put in a glass of water? هنشوف ايه؟ We will see it as if it's broken, right? So the spoon appears to be broken. Why? Due to the light refraction phenomenon. Okay, now I give reason question. The rainbow appears in the sky after the rain. Why? قلناها because the rainwater act as prism. It acts as prism that separates sunlight into 7 spectrum colors. Now, complete question. Okay, what is used to separate the white light into 7 colors called spectrum colors? ايه الحاجة اللي استخدمناها عشان يحصل separation للwhite light ل 7 spectrum colors? The glass prism. Okay, now the spectrum colors start with what and ends with what color? It starts with the red color and ends with the violet color. Okay, now write the scientific term for each of the following. It's the bouncing of light rays when falls on a reflecting surface. Bouncing يعني ايه؟ يعني returning back. ايه اللي كان بيحصل returning back؟ كان في ايه؟ كان في light reflection. Okay. Also write scientific term. The reflection of light rays when they fall on a mirror. Reflection. وmirror يبقى على طول regular reflection. Okay, now red, orange, yellow, green, blue, indigo, and violet. What are those colors? They are called spectrum colors. Okay, and by that we finished our questions for our lesson for today. Okay, so let's get back and complete. Okay, so let's now make a summarize of what we have took today. اوكي، خدنا 3 properties. خلصنا الليسون كله، عرفنا في اول المره اللي فاتت عرفنا يعني ايه light، يعني ايه spectrum color، اوكي، او visible spectrum. خدنا كمان ال sources of the light وفهمنا هم ايه، وعرفنا ان there are 5 properties of the light. المره اللي فاتت اتكلمنا عن اول 2، والمره دي اتكلمنا عن ال3 التانيين، وبكده نكون خلصنا our lesson for today which is the first lesson in the first term which is the light. فاحنا كده خلصنا اول lesson. Thank you for your listening and see you next time and goodbye.